Well, this is something that I should have honestly seen coming after their huge success of the Suicide Squad. And yes, if you couldn't tell, I am being incredibly sarcastic. Hello, what's up, and welcome everyone. My name is Miss Quinn, and we are, well, I don't think any of us are surprised about this awful news. Now, let's go back in time for a bit in December 9, 2021, when the Wonder Woman game was first announced at the Video Game Awards. It right away developed a lot of traction, and for good reason, because the reveal trailer was just amazing. It was the first time that we were being shown a superhero game that did not include Batman or Spider-Man, in my opinion. I think this was like the best thing that I just like ate up completely. People tweeted, streamed, and joined Reddit communities to share their excitement. Even as of almost 30 days ago, people were still hoping for the release of this game, but was it too good to be true? Well, short answer, yes, because we all know what happened. The comment within the Reddit posts were skeptical at best, considering that we have had no actual information on the game for 4 years. Usually, when there is absolutely no updates, it's normal and understandable when people start to have doubts. We all know a game where we have our doubts because of the lack of communication from the developers. Although, as of a few days ago, we have finally received news. However, it wasn't great news. In fact, it was the complete opposite. Warner Brothers have announced the closure of Monolith Productions, which are responsible for games like Fear, Alien vs. Predator 2, and Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, to name a few. And as I stated before, the Wonder Woman game, which was said to be their biggest game yet. It was also going to be one of their most recent games, since the last game that they published was Shadow of Mordor in September 27 of 2017. Now that I think about it, it's one of the games in my back catalog, so I think I'm gonna end up going through that at some point. But anyway, for them to announce a new game after 4 years later, then be completely silent again for another 4 years is absolutely questionable. As I said before in a video, please just inform the people that you want to buy your game of any updates. It's going to prevent a lot of confusion, it's going to prevent a lot of doubts, and it's going to prevent a lot of backlash because you're feeding them information that they want. Yes, us as consumers, we want to know the updates on certain things so it doesn't look like we're having a rug pulled from under us, okay? But that's not why Monolith Productions was shut down. You see, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League cost Warner Brothers $200 million to produce, and it didn't even manage to break even, becoming a major flop, which, honestly, like I said, I totally did not see this coming. This has led to a lot of conversations about it possibly contributing to the eventual downfall of Monolith Productions. Something that has come to no surprise at all, because Warner Brothers has come out saying that they want to shift their attention to well-known established franchises, just like Mortal Kombat, DC, Game of Thrones, and the very popular franchise of Harry Potter. Again, this isn't surprising, however, since Hogwarts Legacy has sold over 12 million copies, leading to an astonishing amount of over $1 billion. Okay, it was published February 10 of 2023, and with a recent update which favors modders and allows for modifications, many have flocked to it once more. And again, no surprise at all, since Warner Brothers would rather focus on their for sure moneymaker than a potential loss. It was even announced recently that a Hogwarts Legacy 2 was going to be released. Again, this is a for sure moneymaker when you know the first game that you came out with was such a big hit. But again, they're kind of banking on nostalgia here. Unfortunately, with Monolith Productions being shut down, that is not the only news that I have, because remember, I like to pull back on the video until I get all the information that I can get. And recently, Warner Brothers has even patented the Nemesis system that they have on for Shadow of Mordor. So not only that they're not going to let, basically, if they don't make another game that uses that system, they're not going to make, or they're not going to let, however, another company use the Nemesis system that they created. They're just like, no, we don't know what to do with this just yet because we're not coming out with any new games besides Hogwarts Legacy 2, unless they're going to use the Nemesis system somehow on that. However, again, I'm not completely sure how they would, but they're the developers, not me, and it's pretty clear. I just don't like how, with the shutdown of Monolith Productions, it means, again, unfortunately, people have lost their jobs. People that were working on a potential release, which there's a lot of mixed information. The developers were saying that it was fixing up to be one of the most amazing games that they have created, a beautiful game that it was going to be released. However, there's, again, conflicting, because another set of people are saying that this game was like barely in production. Like, it took them years to even get to this part where they were down to make the game and they were barely getting stuff constructed and things like that. Again, there's a lot of conflicting information, which honestly, I don't know what to believe half the time, but I'm just throwing information at you guys because that's what I like to do. Again, it makes sense that they're going to want to focus on their biggest moneymaker currently, which is Hogwarts Legacy. And unfortunately, that's pushing games that they, I think, are pretty knowledgeable on the fact that are not going to do well. They probably went up to them and were like, hey, we're going to need to know where you're at with this game and how much revenue you think we're going to be able to make from this, because we can't afford another Suicide Squad flop. I think Suicide Squad was a massive, if not the most number one contributor as to why this production company had to be shut down. I think, just like I've been saying, they couldn't afford another loss. They're just like, hey, we don't know the state of your game. We don't know how it's going to do. And frankly, we don't know how it's going to be received by the public because they're kind of wishy-washy on whatever. And honestly, I just think that Suicide Squad did so poorly because of the fact that people told you since the get-go what they did not want, but they did the complete opposite and were just like, no, yes, they obviously want a live service game. They want this. Like, no, we don't want that. We have been over that. I have been over this. I feel like if you're selling a product, it doesn't matter what type of product that you're selling, you have to know what the majority of your consumer base wants. And I believe that the majority of the consumer base did not want a live service game of that. And you had to have known that killing Batman was going to create massive backlash, especially because you're using the legend Kevin Conroy as, like, there's just so many things that I can keep going on and on about that game. One, I've played that game so far. I've showed you a lot of my gameplay footage, as B-roll, and it's not that bad. It really isn't. However, it's because you have to go into the mindset with knowing this is just a shooter game. This is not anything special. This is just a basic run-of-the-mill shooter game with doing the exact same missions over and over and over again. If you like that type of stuff, that's just like a turn your brain off and just shoot random stuff with a bit of superhero things into the mix, you're gonna like it. I have no doubt you're gonna like this game. However, if you're thinking it's going to be anything other than that because, again, of their past products, which was the Batman Arkham series, you're not gonna like this game whatsoever. And I think that as well contributed to the loss, that you were coming out from many games, Batman Arkham Origins, Batman Arkham Asylum, City. Honestly, I never finished City. I never played Origins. I did finish Arkham Asylum. However, I forgot about a lot of things about Arkham Asylum. So I don't completely remember 100% everything. It just really sucks that now you no longer have a Wonder Woman game coming out. You have, people that are out of jobs now. And you also have the Nemesis system that is now patented and nobody else can use it. So essentially, they can hold it hostage because it will not become public domain until 2036, I believe. It's like, if you're not going to do anything with it, why aren't you letting other developers use it? They could credit you, they can give you like a small portion of, their royalties or whatever. But it's just like, why just hog it for yourself if you are currently not doing anything with it? Before I get off, I do want to let you guys know that I have recently uploaded one video currently to my new channel. Well, not to my new channel, to my second channel that I've had for a while, but haven't done anything really with it. And I shall put it up on the screen here so you guys can see it. I am currently putting out videos, gameplays of my playthrough of The Order 1886. So far, I do like it. I do like it. Beautiful graphics. Everything looks just marvelous. The voice actors, marvelous again. And I don't know. I don't really have anything bad to say about it currently. I don't know if I should have anything bad to say about it, but I like it. I do like it. Please watch the video if you guys want to watch the video. Subscribe if you're going to be going over there, you might as well subscribe to there, But anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thank you all so much. What do you think about these stupid patent things? I don't know. I think the Nemesis system should be for everyone. Like I said, if they're not going to do anything with it anyway, they might as well just like let people use it and not just like keep it hostage for themselves. But anyway, that's just me. And that's all I got for today. Please be safe, be you, and be true to yourself. There's always going to be that one person that cares about you, that wants to hear from you. So give them a call, let them know you're okay, and see how they're doing. Catch up on them. All right, guys, that's it for me. See you all later, and goodbye.